I'm kind of astonished that Silva Saga exists. It's the middle of 1992. There's really only about half a dozen RPGs left in the Famicom's library. And here comes Silva Saga, swaggering in and going, "Hey guys, wanna just do Dragon Quest II all over again?" In July of 1992, the hype train is rolling on Dragon Quest V. Silva Saga is impressive in its dedication to being a generic RPG. And what's really strange is technically it's a sequel. The first game was Minelvaton Saga, an action RPG in the style of Ys that wasn't a big success for Taito, but it did gain a cult following. And here we are 5 years later with Silva Saga, and besides changing publishers, they've thrown everything out. The game starts with you being woken up and told that you're the chosen one, so you have to go on a quest. And that's the plot. As with the first game, the plot was written by Yuto Ramon, a fantasy author who had several of his novels turned into RPGs. Hitting A will of course bring up a menu where you can talk, search the area, and do all of your inventory functions. To cast spells you actually have to go to Use, and then select Magic. And as you're exploring, of course you'll have random encounters, and here you can choose to fight or run away, and you just beat monsters to death with your stick. As you progress, you'll gain party members, and if you defeat an enemy that another party member is targeting, they'll just move on to the next one. So it does have that over Dragon Quest II. You gain levels super fast in Silva Saga. After an hour of playing, I was at level 12. I didn't really do any grinding, although I did get stuck. After you've made a little bit of progress and gained your first party member, you wind up at this temple, where you're asked to visit a bunch of shrines before you're allowed to continue. I thought I found all of them, but apparently I didn't. So I was going in circles for a while trying to find places where the last shrine could be that I might have overlooked. Towns have the usual inns where you recover health, weapons, and items shops. And to save your game, recover from status effects, and raise the dead, you go to fortune tellers. There is one special feature in Silva Saga, something that makes it different from most RPGs. And that's how you can have alternate parties. As you progress through the game, you're given statues. These represent different elements, and they'll come to life and fight in your place if you choose. And if you visit a tavern, then you can hire other adventurers to join your party. This is similar to Minelvaton Saga. The adventurers that you hire this way aren't in your main party. You can just choose to switch your party out for them. When you switch somebody in, whether it's the statue or the alternate party, they're the ones who get experience for the combat and level up. So you've got a few different things you'll want to get experience for. You don't have any control over the party that swaps in. They just act as an auto-combat function. Also, for the statues, you can't swap them in every time. You'll have to recover in between uses of them. Despite it being such a simple RPG that I've actually already explained everything I can about the game, Silva Saga seems to have a bit of a following in Japan. Not a huge one. The game's not considered to be notable enough to even have its own Wikipedia page. But unlike most games in 1992, I wasn't really scraping around for comments on this one. People seem to generally like it, so maybe it improves as you progress through the game a bit? At the very least, Silva Saga was well received enough to get a direct sequel. Silva Saga 2 came out for the Super Famicom just 11 months later, though that game was the end of the line for the series. For the Famicom Silva Saga, my view from the hour I spent playing with it was that it was a fine RPG. It looks nice enough, it controls nice enough, the combat goes fast enough, but I also didn't feel like there was anything more to it than that. Even at the time, people noted that it was a throwback to the earlier Dragon Quests. I've played a lot worse RPGs progressing through Famidaily, but Silva Saga doesn't really rise to the level where I'm interested in going back and revisiting it. Silva Saga is just kinda there. What you see is what you get.